What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Back at you with another one. I got my guy with me today. He hit me up this afternoon and said we had to do a live, bro. He had to chime in on it.
We had to.
I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's up, everybody? Dan, the man from the podcast known as To Whom It May Concern. Glad to be here. Glad to visit with my boy Frank White. I mean, we about to jump into some of this NBA drama that's going on. This
Go ahead and introduce. We already know what we talking about.
Oh, of course. Well, briefly earlier we went over to the Draymond Green and Jordan Poole conflict, and you know how it came to a head, and it was a physical altercation, and we just
what happened was Poole got stole on, like G-Ray say, stole on. That's what happened.
For sure. Yeah, but I mean, your show, you lead. Where you want to go?
No, I want to hear your take first, and I'm gonna come in after that.
Okay. So my take, the initial takeaway is stop playing with grown folks. That's one. Right. And then the other thing, well, really, okay, let's go there first. So the whole course of action with the whole conflict and like the way that the video looked, it came off as if it was, you know, something that had been brewing. I mean, obviously they in practice and you know they prepping for the season, like they you know they in full swing, they going. And as of right now, when you look at it, it looked like maybe this was something that been ongoing. That's the impression I got. I got the impression that this was ongoing or built up, and that Draymond had things on his mind. I'm sure maybe Jordan Poole had things on his mind and wanted to address and all of that. But at the same time, I mean, you can't put your hands on nobody. I don't care. Like, see, that was part of to give the audience a little bit of our earlier discussion. We was kind of talking about like when, you know, basketball goes from trash talk to disrespect. And we don't know what the conversation was. I'm not going to assume that he disrespected him. We just purely speculating. But at the same time, like we looking at like, okay, these young guys, they come in, they got a lot of bravado, they real cocky, they good, they worth money. You know what I'm saying? You can't really tell them nothing. And rightfully so in some cases, you know what I'm saying? When Jordan Poole, he'd have proved his worth to the squad. But Draymond is a vet. Draymond been around. Draymond got rings.
Right.
Good contract, good track record. He got a good background. Whether you like him or not, you can't deny it. So with that said, you know what I'm saying? I think it's sad that it had to come to a head like that, but sometimes you got to get some act right, dog. Like that's just what it is, man. And you know the NBA has had a history of that where the vets get a little rough on the rookies. Like that's not the first time this something like that.
They tighten up the young pups a little bit.
Yeah, that's not the first time we've seen this. But I think in this era, especially with the internet era, you know, you got sound bites and all the short clips and everything. They're going to take this and run with it. It's already memes out. Everybody got a take. Everybody's going to do a think piece about it, the whole nine. And I mean, it looks bad. And but I mean, even within the organization, you playing sports. This is not.
I mean, I don't think.
Go for it. Go.
I don't think it's as bad as they're gonna make it because it's like it's basketball. You got egos. You got emotions. You got all that rush to a head. So something can happen in a moment. You feel me? And
absolutely,
you never know like the build up on it, and you never know what was said. You know what I'm saying? So it's like from just looking at it, it just looked like he pushed him. He punched him, boom. But we don't know, like, man, Draymond could have been itching to get this one off.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they could have been had conflicts, but sometimes what people don't be understanding with sports, though, the conflict that happened behind closed doors, because stuff like this normally be behind closed doors, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how much stuff like this happened normally in a closed practice with no cameras on. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? We, like you said, speculate.
Like I said, this is history. This is not new. We've heard of people getting punched on in practice, getting punched on behind the cameras, behind the closed doors, in the locker room. Like it goes down. This is not new.
Right. But a lot of times stuff that happen behind closed doors will make the team stronger, you know what I'm saying, on the court. If they come from a strong culture. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's as big of a deal as the media, you know, gonna try to make it, just because we in the generation, in the era with the media where like we take the most minuscule thing and act like it's the end of the world. Everything is the end of the world. You know, every news report is like the end of the world. So I don't think it's really gonna be. I don't really think it's nothing for it.
But a situation is gonna get blown up. Of course, you know, we come from a culture of, you know, hands-on, but this is the era of hands-off. So, you know, you uphill battle when you look at, okay, not only did it become physical, but now it's on video, it's circulating. Like the media they got a hold of it at this point and they're gonna run with it. They're gonna run with it for a while. We're gonna be hearing about this for a while. This is not
the point you made earlier was like the overlap in eras with like the 80s babies and then like the 90s, 2000 babies. So the 80 babies still in that like you gonna have to back this up era. You feel me? And then you got the era where it's like we don't do nothing but talk.
Right.
So the overlap of that is kind of like how that whole, because you could just tell by how Poole reacted after the push that he had no idea that Draymond was gonna swing on him. Right?
No, he wasn't ready. But first rule is what always protect yourself
at all times.
Always.
Especially after you done shove somebody, like like anytime you do something physical, you never know how that person's gonna react.
You initiated the contact. You better brace yourself or attack. If you're gonna do it, go all the way.
It's kind of similar to like the situation.
Shoving matches, we doing that.
It's kind of similar to the situation with the Morris twin when he kind of bumped Jokic and then just walked off blind. But that was more like a cheap shot because he didn't see him coming. But at the same time, you still gotta. Once you did something, you better be attentive after that. Don't just...
Well, I think also the difference in that was that was this particular situation was a flagrant, like it was flagrantly intended to be a push. It was, I'm meant to make contact with you. I'm getting brolic with you at this point. So the reaction is
gonna be more physical when it's not actually in an NBA game. You feel me? They in practice. This not an NBA game. So the NBA game version of a cheap shot is a lot less than an in practice version of what I'm saying, being physical with somebody. So yeah, man. But
I think it's, again, to like you said, like our earlier conversation, it's a meeting of two eras. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Poole is 23 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's a young guy. He's a young guy in an era where it's a changing of the guard. You know what I'm saying? Like they on their way out. Yeah. Draymond is what? Draymond is 32. He damn near 10 years older than him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, get your little young ass out of here, man. And then
I think it's sometimes
your hands on me. I mean, respect to Jordan, respect to Poole. Like he's a hell of a player, hell of an athlete.
Sometimes it's like the OG trying to be the OG. But sometimes the young bull don't be wanting to be open to that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody not always open to an OG trying to give a game or schooling it. And then it's like Draymond got that personality type where like you gotta kind of know how he is to know how to deal with him. Like you can't take him personal because that's just how he is. It's not personal.
Well, you can take it personal if you like, but I mean, in any situation, this situation like any other, guard your grill. However you take it and however you respond is how you respond. What you do is what you do. We saw the initial conflict. It was a face off. He walked up on them. They invaded space, but they in each other's space. He hadn't touched them. He hadn't put his hands on them.
Right.
But I'm
Because
close
if he
enough
wanted to swing, he
my
would have
cologne.
swung before he got that close.
Yeah.
If he, you know what I'm saying? If that was his initial intent was to swing, he wouldn't have got chest to chest with him first.
Yeah.
Poole
it was a big bro, little bro conversation.
But
you know what I'm saying? Like what you okay?
But I'm gonna tell
whatever
you what that is though. It's
say
like,
it again.
I'm gonna tell you what I think it is like in their era, in the Poole era, you used to pushing, shoving, everybody getting
shoving matches. Yeah, shoving matches.
Draymond, they gonna let y'all get a fair one. He was a fair one era. Like you get a fair one.
They let it fly. Draymond came in that era of the league where they would let it fly still. They would still get them hands dirty.
And when you look at it like Golden State is, quote, really a veteran team. Like you don't think about it because time snapped like that. It's young players, but they a veteran team. Like everybody.
Yeah, that's an older team. It's
everybody
again, we approaching a changing of the guard.
That's what I'm saying. These young,
the
Durants, I mean the Johns and all that, they are to Steph and all that is what Steph was to Bron them.
Yep.
Like you know what I'm saying?
OG.
They the next ones up that's trying to challenge and all that.
Yep.
So
yep.
It wasn't enough young folk to go get in the way early enough.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It was old head. Everybody watch first, then intervene. Didn't nobody just run to intervene immediately. It was like we're gonna watch.
Of course.
You
had to get yours in. They wanted to get theirs in.
Normally,
they gave you an opportunity in that era. Coming into the league at that period of time that Draymond did, he was still in the league where they would let you get yours in. They would let you mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And this era, Jordan Poole's era is more, I pushed them. They gonna come and break it up, and it ain't gonna go there the distance. Green went for his. He's like, no, I'm gonna end this quick. I'm gonna get mine quick because they're gonna come in it anyway. They're gonna come try to break it up. I'm gonna get you while I got you.
He got a clean one off too.
He got a good one.
Got a clean one, and you can tell that wasn't no love. That wasn't no love tap either. He was trying.
Yeah, no. That was you gonna feel me, like boy. Yeah. You had the nerve to put your hands on me. You push me. Yeah. What you gonna do in a conflict? And this is just human stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is human stuff. In a conflict, you initiate the contact because you could talk all day. We could get nose to nose. We could yell at each other. We could say the whatever. We can get
physical contact is when it go to a whole nother. You didn't cross the whole
nother
line.
The contact now you done initiated it. You initiated it. Because even if we bumping shoulders, bumping chest, okay, I ain't pushed you, I ain't punched you, I ain't swung, I didn't do nothing, I didn't strike you. Once you put some force on it, okay, I'm matching force with force. It's a counter. Yeah. You gotta expect the counter.
Right.
That's the only natural. He would have did better just, if once you push him, keep going and just get yours in. You better get it in now because what type of dude you're dealing with, you gonna get some.
Right.
That's just what it is. And I mean, what's gonna come down. The NBA is gonna step in. The league and the officials are gonna step in. Of course, Draymond is gonna definitely get penalized for this. It's gonna probably be some team course of action. Like I said, because the video got out, there's gonna be action about that actually as well. As far as the person that leaked the video, they recorded it and leaked it. Oh yeah. Right. It's gonna be some legal action.
Especially if that was supposed to be a closed practice.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another thing.
Now, was that confirmed? Was it a closed practice?
I don't know. Okay. But I'm just saying.
So we got to fact check that and verify. But yes.
Like, if the person who recorded it wasn't supposed to be recording.
Right.
And you were saying, like, it might come down on them with their job or whatever because they were supposed to be recording that.
Absolutely.
And
you leaking house business. What's going on in this house, stay in this house. Like, no, you leaking house business, buddy.
You move different. In this world, it's so rare that you get an opportunity where somebody can't pull their phone out, right? Especially
right.
When you're looking at an NBA player. Like, you don't even got to be a superstar NBA player, and you more notable than an NFL player just because you don't wear a helmet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll know Jordan Poole
you're more recognizable.
More than they might know a star NFL player just because he don't wear a helmet. So you like, I can be me today. You feel me? Draymond
Yeah.
might have pulled that if he knew it was cameras. He probably wouldn't even did it. So that's something else you got to factor in.
I think a lot of the times, you catch people in candid moments. That's an unscripted NBA moment. That's a real moment. But those things, again, to reiterate the initial point, those things happen. That's not a new occurrence. It's just that this day and age, we in the internet era. We're in the soundbite era. We're in the clickbait era. All of these things factor in, and that's going to make for a punishment in this instance. I mean, if we're being realistic, of course, when we do our man stuff, we're going to say, nah, man, they should box it out, get it over with. But I mean, realistically, professionally, as the NBA as a business, it's going to be some kind of sanction.
It is because it was recorded. But if it would have all stayed in-house, it wouldn't have been nothing. That's one thing. He wouldn't have got suspended or nothing. It's the fact that it's like once they know, now it's like it put the organization in an awkward spot. Like,
yeah,
it's like they okaying violence if they don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like they say, "Oh, we don't care if our players fight."
And then add in the severity of the punch. He got a clean one in.
Yeah,
he dropped
it.
It
wasn't one of them. Yeah, he got a clean one, bro.
He got a clean boy off. So it's like, yeah, you knew you was trying to knock his noodle loose, man. You knew what it was, man.
That was one of them punches. That wasn't that wasn't no love tap. That wasn't like when you pop your son real quick because he acted up. Pop! No, that was a go to sleep.
Yep.
Go to sleep. He put the little step in. When that foot come forward,
he put it off that hip.
You
he came
put
off that hip.
everything in the hip. That
he
whole
gave him that
foot came
sauce
forward after that punch. Yeah,
that was one of them ones.
When you step into it, you was trying to put somebody down. That wasn't no blood tap.
Yeah, he put some hip into it. He put some, he put some mustard on it for sure.
He put a little mustard, a little ketchup, little.
The whole nine, baby. The whole nine.
Facts. You got anything else you want to chime in with? You got a lot to say today, brother. You got a lot to say. Ain't no time limit.
Well, it's only so much I could give to people in one segment, man. We can always revisit as it develops because there's gonna be plenty more to develop. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we have not heard the last of this, so I'll be more than willing and more than happy to come back on and be on a segment with my brother. To those of y'all that are watching and listening, glad to be a guest here at NBA Cooler Talk. Please follow me and my pages, To Whom It May Concern Podcast, and that's TWIMC_pod, POD pod, and that's for Instagram and for Twitter. YouTube channel, To Whom It May Concern, Dan and Man.
Well, there you have it. You already know mine. NBA Cooler Talk on everything. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's the end of this one. We're going to see y'all on the next one. Peace.